Welcome back to In the Trenches with Dr. Tammy. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Now listen, before we get started on this track today, let's talk a bit about this t-shirt. Some of you have said, Doc, I've noticed you've been a little casual lately. Absolutely, I have. Because I've decided that my best life depends on how I decide to start my day. So some of these days I'm feeling a little bit more nostalgic. So this t-shirt was given to me many years ago by my daughter when she was in college on one of my trips home from Japan for the summer. So she worked at Joe's Crab Shack for a big period of time and gave me this shirt. And it was such a nice thing for me this morning to remember, hey, remember that summer when you came home? How much seafood we had. It was a beautiful thing. So yes, sometimes a girl just feels like wearing a t-shirt. Now, before we start the episode, before we get too far into it, I want to share this with you. As I am speaking with you and thinking about what I want to say each week, I am starting to take more notes so that I can stay on topic because some of you are like, Doc, you missed the part I wanted to hear. So I am going to take a little bit more notes so that I can stay with where it is I want us to be going each week. So you will see me on purpose. I'm taking my notes electronically. And for this week, we're going to try that out and see how I feel about it. See if I'm feeling it or if I prefer to just talk my way through it and get us to where it is that we need to go. Either way, I am glad that you are here this morning, rocking with your girl, Dr. Tammy. So today, we're going to talk about something that is very near and dear to my heart. Kindness. We're going to talk about how something as simple as being kind to someone else can make a difference in their lives, make a difference in their day. A small act of kindness. It doesn't have to be a gigantic gesture, but a small act of kindness can create what I'd like to call the ripple effect. It could actually spread positivity far beyond that moment for the person to which you decided to share that small kindness. That small kindness could make that second, that minute, that moment, that entire day for the person. That small kindness that you share with them could cause them to also share a small kindness with someone else, who in turn shares a kindness and another kindness to the next and to the next and to the next, until so much kindness has been spread that there is joy everywhere. I know, this is not a cool day. However, it is a moment in which I am encouraging you to choose kindness. In this world that we're currently living, there is so much chaos. There is so much confusion. There is just so much negativity that if we decide to move in a different direction, choosing a kindness is going to bring positivity into this world in which we are living. So, we're going to see this as this way. Dr. Tammy is going to choose to be kind every day. Every day, despite how I feel when I wake up. Despite how I might feel midday, lunchtime, or even in that evening If I happen to be out in a grocery store someplace and someone is trying to walk in the door or out of the door, I can step aside and let them enter if there are sliding doors. Or if it's a door that needs to be opened, I can show a kindness by opening a door for them, holding it, or helping pick up a bag. It doesn't matter, because that one moment that I chose to show a kindness could be that one thing that person needed today, in that moment, in that second, that kept them from going over the edge. The reason we choose kindness isn't just for us, but so many people are dealing. They are dealing with things that sometimes are out of their control. Sometimes they are in their control, but we don't have any idea what's happening in someone's life, where their thoughts are in the moment. We could be that one beacon of hope for the person that says, hey, guess what? I've got this. Because your small act of kindness said to them, hey, you are still important. You are worthy. Despite the things in your lives that are interfering, despite the obstacles, despite the trials, the tests that come about, despite all of those things, your single act of kindness can be the thing that reminds them of who it is that they are. It could remind them to keep pushing. It could remind them to not give up. I say this to you because I had a conversation probably last month with someone. They reached out. They were not feeling their best. They shared some personal trials that they were going through, some things they considered to be negativities. But in my time in speaking with them, I chose to show a kindness, one that simply displayed itself as listening. Many people don't listen. They're trying to hear you so that they can respond, but they don't listen. In that moment, I chose to be a sounding board. I chose to be an active listener. And when that person finished speaking to me, I gave an opportunity for them to clarify how they felt in that moment after releasing what they believe to be negative experiences. And I know some of you are saying, oh, Doc, listening isn't anything. It is. It's a kindness that many of us are not afforded. People do not always listen to what you have to say. Because what you will find when you take the time to actually listen to them, you will find an opportunity to be kind enough to say something like, how can I be of help to you? Thank you for sharing that with me. Thank you for trusting me with your innermost thoughts. That, my friends, is a kindness. It is a kindness that so many of us do not take the time to give, and so many of us are not afforded the opportunity to receive. Because when a person is able to release all of that negativity, to share that with someone, they can breathe. They often feel the weight of the world lifted off of their shoulders. That's a totally different kind of kindness than opening a door that I mentioned earlier. That kindness is one that says, I care about you. I care about your well-being. And that, my friends, is the kind of kindness that can take those people to new heights, can make them remember how important they are, can make them remember where it is that they actually shine despite what the world is saying to them, despite what they're hearing on the news, despite what they may have heard from their supervisor, despite what may be happening in their homes. That moment, come on, I'm talking to somebody. That moment you chose to say, I hear you. I not only hear you, but I see you. You are not invisible. That is a kindness that can push someone in their purpose. And y'all already know how I feel about a purpose. We need to walk in it. But I won't preach on that today. I know, don't get me started. I said I was going to keep myself on track with my notes. Show that kindness to them. Show that kindness. So that their small act of kindness could be something that they share with someone else. There will come a day and a time in which they remember that you showed them a kindness, and they in turn will show a kindness to someone else. It is paying it forward. I almost said playing it. I get tongue-tied because you know how passionate I get about the things that I discuss on the podcast. It is my hope that you receive this information, and you take it and you do something with it, something that helps other people, something that helps someone other than yourself, because that's what we're here for. We're here to empower you. We're here to uplift you. We're here to let you know that you matter. If you have not heard it any time this week, you are hearing it today. You absolutely matter. And I hope just those words that I am sharing with you today is a small enough act of kindness to bring you back from a space that you may be in that you do not want to be in. I hope that my words have touched you in a way that you say, hey, I got this. Thank you, Doc, for your act of kindness. Thank you, because I am now going to share this with someone else. I too am choosing to be kind. I too am choosing to push forward this ripple effect of kindness, because one kind act should bring about another, such that we all, at some point, we are bringing about positivity. That is what we're doing. That is what we're doing. So before I get ready to go, I want to say this to you. If indeed you've been touched by anything I've said today, please be kind to someone else. You may not know that they need it, but deep down inside, that kind word, that kind act, just a simple hello and a smile sometimes is all that a person needs to know that they are still seen, that somebody out there cares about them. Be that light. You've heard me speak about it before. Be that light in somebody else's life. Let's move forward today with acts of kindness that create a ripple effect across this world, across your city, inside your own home. Let's do that. Let's do that. And as we leave here today, let's remember that your act of kindness doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be this astronomical thing. to change the way someone feels or to change what's happening in their moment at that time, in that second in their life. Just be genuine with your act of kindness. Show care and love for someone else. And before you know it, guess what? This for them, but for you too. You still feel good about yourself because I feel good when I'm kind to other people. It makes me feel like I'm walking in my purpose. It makes me feel whole. So hopefully for you, these same things will happen. As we leave today, remember, we're going to begin a ripple effect of kindness that transcends itself outside of your home, outside of your job, your city. And it would be nice if it was everywhere in this world. But let's let it begin with you. So my challenge to you today is to simply be kind. Simply be kind. That's what I'm going to do. And if you need me, you know how to reach me on social media. Check out my website if you want my services. TammyTerrell.com. You can find me there. You can grab my books there. But most importantly, be kind. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Much love. Much, much, much love.